Today we are going to learn how we can take input from the user and display it on the screen using Python. To do that, we will be doing this program, so please follow along with me. So let us assume that you have to take a name from the user, right? And to do that, we will use a variable called name, yes, to store the name, and we want the user, to type his name on the screen, right? Because we are asking the user to type her name. So I'll use this input method here. So input method is a method in Python which helps us to take an input from the user. So I'll say enter the name. Yes, because we are taking name from the user. So we are also using a variable name. Now I want to now display this name on the output screen, whatever the user types. When the user types his name, I want to display it on the screen, on the output screen. So for that, we will be using this print method, which is used for displaying anything on the screen, on the output screen, right? So I'll say the name is name. Next, let's assume that we want to take age from the user, like the user should type his age, right? So for that we will be using one variable age to store the age, right? And we will be using this input method. Yes, as we have seen that input is a method that helps us to take input from the user in Python, right? So I'll type this input method and I'll ask the user now enter the age. Yes. Now, after that user types the age, I am storing it in the age variable. Now I want to now display it, right? I want to now display it on the screen, right? So to do that, we know that in Python there is a print method. So use this print method and I write here the age is, yes, the age is, then give comma here, then use the variable, yes, because the age is stored in this variable age. Now I want to now run this program because we have to see this program, right? We have to see the output of this program. So now to run this program, what you can do is you can just click on the terminal and you click on this new terminal. So when you click on the new terminal, you can see that there is a terminal which is appearing at the bottom of the screen. Now do you see that there is a terminal? So this is called a terminal. So we can also run program from this terminal, right? So now this is my folder, right? So my program is present here in this folder, so it's coming here. So for you it may be different, so you should not be worried about that. Now what I do is to run this Python program, yes, we have to use this Python. Yes, Python is the command. We have to use this Python. Then what is the name of the program? So I have given my file as input.py. So in your case, it may be a different file. Yes, so you have to just use that file name. So my file name is input.py. So I'll just type this Python input.py. Now I'll hit enter. Yes, then it says enter the name, right? So because we have used this input method here, right, to take the name from the user, right, on the screen. So now let's say I enter here Santosh and I'll hit enter. Then it says the name is Santosh, right? Because I have used this here print. Next, it again asks you to enter the age, right? Because we have taken this input method and we are asking the user to enter the age. So I'll enter the age as, let's say I'll enter the age as 30. Yes, now I'll hit enter. Now then it says the age is 30. Clear? So now all these are happening because of this input method and this print method, right? So now let us now do another program, very important. Please watch my video till the end so that you understand the concept. Yes, so now let's assume that we have to add two numbers, right? So now to add two numbers we actually need two numbers, right? So I will need two variables. So first variable, let it be number one, and I want the user, right? We are asking the user to give an input, right, to enter the number, right? So now for that we'll be using this input method as we have just seen. So input method, and I'll say enter the number. I'll say enter the number one. or I can say enter number one. Yes, then the user enters number one, and now let's assume that no, let's take the second number from the user. So to do that, the same thing we'll do. We'll use number two variable and we'll use this input method. Yes, now I'll ask the user enter number two. Enter number two. Yes, so we'll give a space here. Now what I do is, now I want to print, right? Whatever the user, whatever the number the user gives, now I want to now add this two number, right? I'll say number one, okay, and number two. Yes. Now let us save this program. Please save this. You can also save here, file save as, save you can do. Yes. Now I want to now run this program. Now to run this program, you have to again come to the terminal. Okay, this is called terminal. You have to just type here Python, and I'll say input.py. Yes, so now I'll type the number one. Let's say the first number is, let's say 20. Second number is, let's say 20. Yes, do you see that Python is not adding this two number? Okay, now I have to tell you now why it is not adding, because whenever we use this input method, right, even if you type a number, Python will assume that it is a text. Okay, so if you are using an input function in Python, even if you type a number, even if you type a decimal number, it always, it always accepts in the form of text. So now on the text, you cannot add, right? You cannot add to text. It has to be numbers, right? So that means you need to convert it into number, right? So for that, you have to just do this one int. Yes. So int you have to use here, and you have to just convert the whole thing into integer, right, into a number. Why? Because this input will accept any input in the form of text, right? So you have to just use here int. Yes, can you see here int? Yes, just use int here. Same thing you would do it for the second one. Just use here int. Yes, and put a bracket, close the bracket here. So that means the whole thing, the whole string, I am actually converting to int. The same thing here also, I have put everything inside the int, right? That means I am converting that number, whatever the user is typing, right, that I'm converting to int. Then now if I add this number one and number two, it will give you, okay, the sum of the two numbers, right? Because now I have converted to integer. That means I can do the addition now. Okay, now let's check. Now please save the program before you run this again. I have saved it now. Now I'll just run this program now using the command Python and the file name. Now I'll enter the number 1 as 20. I'll enter the number 2 as 20. Now do you see here? The output is now 40 because we have converted that text, whatever you have taken, right? Even if you type the number, I told you that it will always accept in the form of string when you are using input method. Okay, now if you have liked my channel, please subscribe to my channel.